Sleepy glutes. Who knew that they're truly a real thing? And I know Tiger Woods talked about them a long time ago, but yep, it's the real deal. Hey, I'm Janice Thornton with JT Fitness and Golf, and I love helping golfers elevate their golf game. And I want to introduce to you today to this amazing device called the AXIUS Core Trainer. And it's a new kind of training system that will elevate your golf game to higher levels than you've ever thought possible. So I love to try new things. I do love to try new things to see how I can help my golfers improve their golf game for sure. And I'm someone who's always looking to improve my golf game as well. So I've been playing golf for over 22 years. I am a single digit handicap and I'm in my late 50s. So I want to be able to play golf for a very long time and plan on playing golf for a really long time. And guess what? I love dragging my friends along with me to help them stay in shape so that way they get to do the same thing. So I want to go talk about this AXIUS Core Trainer with you, talk about my testimonial of how it's actually changed me in 6 weeks. So I've been using this device for 6 weeks and I've noticed a huge change already in 6 weeks. So when I started this video, I talked about sleepy glutes. So one of the great things when you start with this device is you get a free golf fitness assessment. And I found out that yes, my glutes are pretty darn sleepy. I also found that I have left shoulder instability and a few other things. So it was a great assessment to really help me find out where I needed to get started. So I also knew that I was very tight. I'm just mobility and flexibility is something that I have to work on a regular basis, and it's just ongoing. So week one though, I started using this device. And so first, before I dive into like all the great things that I saw different, let's talk about what this device gives to you and what makes it different than so many things out there. So when we turn this on, the device will have a red, you can see that it has a red light because it's not balanced right now. And then with this, when you are moving with it, you might get some yellow lights. And then when you actually have it balanced, you're going to have some green lights that flash up for you. And the nice thing is while you're doing an exercise, you're going to notice if you are staying balanced or not. Now this device also has 3 different levels to it. So we have a dome side that is a little bit more stable. It's probably it's the second stability. The least stable is this ball. So this AXIUS device just rolls around, which is awesome because then it really helps isolate muscles. And then I have what's called a stability ring. I stick that in there. Now I've made this device nice and stable for me to be able to do different exercises on. So I'm going to jump into my testimonial a little bit. Then I'll talk about how this works. So because I've had so many great things happen, I've had to actually write them all down because every week I've been finding different things that are changing for the better when it comes to my fitness level, my strength level, my mobility level, all of that. So week one, I learned that I actually have a very big curve or arch in my low back called lordosis. And I know that I have it there. However, because I don't actually video myself working out, I never realized how much I actually had. So that's been eye-opening for me. And that's something that I need to work on because that way it's going to help save my low back. If I allow this lordosis to continue, I'm going to have a lot of low back problems down the road. By the third workout, I could already feel muscles really engaging. So like I said, I'm in my late 50s, I'm 57. And over the last 3 years, one thing I've really noticed is, so being menopausal, and the ladies out there can connect with me on this one, I've noticed that when I work out, it's like my muscles aren't talking to my brain at all. And when you exercise, you should be able to say, hey, bicep, I want you to do a bicep curl. and feel that your arm is actually doing a bicep curl. Or if you're working your glutes, that you can feel them squeeze or that you can feel your abs brace. You're supposed to be able to feel all of those things. And it's like my brain and my muscle connection really shut off. Within 3 workouts, the connections came back, and it's made a huge difference now over this next or the last 5 weeks. Then that my muscles are finally talking to my brain, and I'm really able to engage my muscles to work again, and we want them to be firing and doing all those great things. So by the end of week 2, my stomach felt flatter. Exercises were hard, but I was definitely getting better in different positions that you get put in. My lordosis is improving, and I physically feel stronger. So one of the things I love with this is after your fitness assessment, you get put into a category, so we know where to start you with your workout. And this is a great thing because now you're going to start at where you need to be started. There's some exercises that I did that were very beginner. I'm like, why is she having me do this? And then come to find out, there was little corrections that I had to do with it before my trainer was going to move me to the next step. So anyone out there who's a beginner exerciser, you can still do this and do the AXIUS program, just because everything is starting at where you start. So if you're a very beginner, guess what? Everything gets started at the beginner level and gently progresses up to higher levels. If you're more advanced, guess what? You're going to start at a more advanced level and then work your way up from there. So found that I found that I'm hitting the ball when I get a hold of my drives. They are going farther. Like I'm just like, holy cow, I am actually gaining yards. And as we get older, we're supposed to be losing yards, but I also want to help prevent that from happening. I can definitely tell my abs are engaging more. And then week 2, I love to walk playing golf. So typically, though, when I walk playing golf, by the end of 18 holes, I've walked over 7 miles at the course that we belong at. And I get tired at the end because it seems like it's always a little bit uphill to finish. And yeah, so I get pooped. I walked 18 holes after 2 weeks, and my gosh, I felt great. I wasn't stiff and sore. Usually when I go in and sit down, have some lunch, then I, get up, just get up. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sore. Not, I wasn't. I was shocked. And the other thing I noticed was I was able to come do an AXIUS workout in the afternoon. I don't ever do workouts in after playing a round of golf, especially when I walk. And this one I was like, I feel like I can actually do a workout. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. So I actually did a workout. Now, week 3, during my initial assessment, my left shoulder blade showed some instability. And that's easy for a lot of people for that to happen. So I noticed, though, when I was at the gym, I was doing a chest press machine, and my shoulder blades actually laid flat against the backrest of the chest press machine. And it's always my left shoulder blade that always kind of pokes out a little bit. So I was excited about that, to be able to notice that. And then I always thought I was squeezing and holding and doing all the things that I'm supposed to do, but it's amazing when you are being cued. And that's one of the things I'm going to show you in this video, is take you to the app and how you get cued for every single rep. And it'd be like, oh my God, yep, keep squeezing. And even as a trainer, to go, holy crap, I forget to squeeze sometimes. I know if I forget, then a lot of other people are forgetting that as well. But again, after week 3, definitely more muscles are starting to fire. And it's so nice to get my muscles firing again. The other thing is, I've noticed as I gotten older, my hands are getting weaker, and same with my forearms. And for me to do a lat pull down, I was noticing a burning sensation in my forearms, and I'm thinking, oh, please do not be getting some kind of carpal tunnel, that kind of thing. So with this, I noticed that my forearms are getting stronger, And when I do the lat pull downs, I'm not having that same numbness that I was having, and my hands are getting stronger. And again, ladies, especially as we get older, we definitely lose a lot of strength in our hands, in our in our forearms, and really our upper body. So this tool has been amazing to use, and the exercises on here are all body weight exercises. So get ready because it's exciting. Now this next part of the video, I'm gonna walk you through what you see on the phone screen for when you log into the app. And then you're also going to hear what the cues that you hear for some of the exercises as well. Okay, so we're going to dive into the AXIUS app. And when you do that, you're going to click this. You're going to see at the bottom, my program on demand, your profile, and your workouts here. In the upper right-hand corner, you see that you'll be able to see where the device is connected. So when you turn on the AXIUS device, it becomes connected to your phone. And this is what we want, because when you are about to start a workout, you're going to be putting your phone about 4 feet away. So I'm going to click Start Workout.
Place your phone horizontally in the phone holder, about 3 or 4 feet away from your body, so that your coach can see from your knee to your head. Don't worry if you're not completely in frame. Press the action button when you're ready.
So here's what's great, is I can hit this action button, and it takes
Up next,
me to
hip flexor stretch, right.
the first workout.
Review to improve. Single grip handle. Split kneeling position. 5 reps. For hip flexor stretch, tuck your hips and press your left knee forward while squeezing your right glute. Hold and return to start. Press the action button when you're ready.
So here's what's great. So you get a little tutorial of that. I'm going to hit the action button.
Let's get set up in split kneeling position with your left foot forward and the unit on your right. Pin shoulders back and down, tuck your hips, and pull belly button to spine. Ready? Here we go. Grip your right glute and slowly push your left knee forward. Hold the stretch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Return to start. 1. Push forward, belly button to spine. Hold the stretch. Remember to breathe. Return to start. 2. Push forward, shoulders back and down. Return. 3. Push forward, gripping your right glute. Return. 4. Push forward, last one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Return. 5. Press the action button to move on. Up next, hip flexor stretch, left. Single grip handle. Split kneeling position. 5 reps. For hip flexor stretch, tuck your hips and press your right knee forward while squeezing your left glute. Hold and return to start. Press the action button when you're ready. So you got to see an exercise and how everything is cued. And that's what makes this workout special, is every exercise, they cue you through each repetition, and you are having a video made of you of each exercise. So that way you get to get feedback from your trainer. So let's look at when I was in week 3. I had a workout that was at 89%. So I'm going to hit the talk button so that way I can look at my workout scorecard. And I had a balanced score of 89%. So that means I was in the yellow. I have room for improvement.
gives a workout difficulty. I had 6 exercises that were very beneficial. 4 I needed some work. So let's look at ones that I needed some work. So that way you can see what that looks like. So I'm going to play the feedback.
Okay, Janice, just like on the arcing hip rollout, you're getting just a little bit of elbow sneak as you push out. You recover as you pull in. You've got to move your upper body with the unit. Stay right over the top of it. Keep your eyes in front of the dome, looking over the angle grip handle between your hands. Other than that, these look so good. You're getting good extension through the hips here. We want to try to increase how far you can push out, but as your abs and glutes get stronger, that will happen naturally. Same correction on the other side.
So you can see you get this audio feedback from your trainer at the end of every single workout. And then, of course, the ones that you nailed, you'll get the feedback on if you've done, the ones that you did really well, and then the ones that may need some work. So this is the really cool thing about the AXIUS trainer is that you get cued on every single rep on each exercise. And then you also get the feedback from your trainer on ways that you can make improvements. And once you watch it and you hear the feedback, it is an awesome connection for your mind and your body that you'll be able to make that change. And then during the workout, um, you might have noticed during one of the exercises that came up that I showed you, there was feedback for me. So I can get up and go play that feedback so I can remember what I'm actually supposed to do better. So this is what the AXIUS app looks like, and it is phenomenal. Okay, golfers, so if you are ready to elevate your golf game, let's get her done. Go ahead, click the link in the description and get on for a 45-minute golf fitness assessment. Let's do this together. Let's set your goals. Let's get your game to where you want to take it to because you deserve that. I look forward to meeting you and connecting with you. So, again, click the link in the description and let's get connected. Everyone, have a great day.